So that's the creek out back, and it was actually overflowing a few days ago because of all the rain that we were getting, but it's not anymore. And this was the balcony that was right outside of my room, which there's nothing in the closet really anymore except for a couple of things that really can't go into boxes or already another bags like backpacks. And here's my bed, as it were, and there's one lamp, and then there's another lamp over there. So yeah, this was my room, and this actually right here is where my desk used to be. Very little room, pretty much up against the bed here. You can see how much room there was there, like not much. So hopefully that gets better in the new place, eh? Hopefully that gets better in the new place. And here we have my new place. Well, my new room, I should say. And yeah, that is a pretty nice little thing to have. Unfortunately, it's already running the fan in the middle of winter, ceiling fan, because it's balls hot in here, even in the middle of the winter, and I have the heat completely turned off, so I don't know why it's so freaking hot. I even have the window open. Nothing stops it from being hot in here. It's going to be really unbearable during the summer. I don't know what I'm going to do. But, yeah. That's Jasmine. Meow. And, yeah. As you can see, I'm not actually using a computer chair right now. I'm just using an old lazy boy because my old computer chair was kind of like leaning to the left and I wasn't really comfortable in it, so I decided, screw it, I'm going to just use a lazy boy. And lest you be worried that my computer is laying on the carpet there, it's actually on top of a box. So yeah, all told, I really like it because I've got more space here. And this, not that, but this is going to be an upcoming video all on its own, because these are new shelving units for my Blu-rays. So yeah, that'll be fun. And yeah, that about does it for the overview. I guess you've seen practically everything. If you go over here, got a bathroom over here, and pretty nice closet over here, and there's my old computer chair with Blu-rays and stuff inside. Oh, that's my cat. That's Jasmine. So, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and this move has been a freaking bear. I've been set up for the past few days, mind you, but in the past few days, I've still had a lot of crap to do in order to get the move complete and get all the stuff from the old place into the new place or into the new garage that we've got. So, you know, it's just been a lot of work, a lot of hours. I mean, I'm telling you, on Thursday, we put in, well, I put in at least 12 hours. I was up at 2:15 and painting and doing whatever needed to be done around the house, cleaning up a few things at the old place. And from 2 p.m. to about 2 a.m., I think it was about 1:30 in the morning, that we finished officially and got everything out and moved over to the new place. And it was just a bunch of like fitting as much as we could into the car, driving over here, unloading it, driving back, fitting as much as you can in the car, driving over here, unloading it, driving back, and just Oh my goodness. Like, I am in really bad shape. I'm not in very good shape right now, obviously. I'm a big guy. I have back problems on the best of days. So imagine somebody with back problems having to go up and down 2 flights of stairs, carrying heavy items, heavy objects every time, having to bend over to pick things up, having to bend over to put them in the car, having to bend over to get them out of the car, having to bend over to put them down in the new place. Like, it takes it out of you. It takes its toll when you've already got a really bad back because you've got so much weight weighting you down. And in addition to that, like my arms were just so tore up, and by that I mean like I I know that feeling of the muscle just literally being torn because like they call it getting ripped for a reason because your muscles literally get ripped. They literally rip, they tear. And the healing process is kind of what allows it to build muscle, right? And that's fine, that's perfect, that's great. That's how people make progress in terms of building muscle mass and all that. But holy crap, I hate that feeling. Nobody really likes that feeling. Feel the burn. Fuck you. The burn sucks and you know it does. But yeah, I mean, I had been already feeling that from the other day that from all the work we were doing on Wednesday, just the same kind of work. And I was only doing that for like 6 to 8 hours on Wednesday, and now on Thursday it was just crazy, you know. So I was already tired at that point. So of course I have to, after doing 6 to 8 hours of work on Wednesday and having my muscles all torn up from that, I have to work for 12 straight hours on Thursday in order to get that done. And, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying, well, I shouldn't have to do a hard day's work or anything like that. Um, I'm just pointing out what it was like, man. It was tough, you know, it was really tough. And I was kind of grumpy because at the time, at least on Wednesday, I'd only gotten like 5 or so hours of sleep because, uh, you know, new place, just really hard to get used to your surroundings and get a decent night's sleep. I have no idea why. I'm not really in control of that stuff. You know what I mean? I would wait. I would go to sleep and I'd sleep for like 3 hours and then wouldn't be able to sleep for another few hours. So I'd just stay up for a while and then I get another 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and that was what it was like the first night or two, and it was just, ugh, it was horrible. As a matter of fact, last night was the first night that I actually got any decent amount of sleep. So that was fun. Um, and then after that on Thursday, after Thursday and the nightmarishly difficult day that was, I went to see Star Wars Force Awakens in order to, you know, treat myself. Well, I had bought the ticket beforehand, but I didn't know whether or not I was going to be able to go to see it on Thursday. On Thursday, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to go to see it because I was so dog tired and my muscles were aching, and I was just, you know, we were working for so freaking long. And you know, the really crappy thing about that, like in addition to how much hard work we were doing, it was also raining heavily all fucking day and night, to the point where there was a flash flood warning in effect in my neighborhood. That's how much rain there was. I was soaked to the bone by the end of the day. It was, by the end of the night, Matt, rather. It was freaking ridiculous. It was like the worst. It was just the worst experience. I do not recommend it to fucking anyone. It was horrible. Oh, I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. It was just the worst. Um, So, like, imagine you're me, and I'll be quite honest and quite fair. Majority of the time I spent doing the only thing I could do, which, because of my body being so freaking broken and so overweight and so incapable of doing certain physical feats, which was taking things from the garage, loading them into the car via my Tetris skills in order to find all these nooks and crannies to put things, and then we would go back over here, and I'd either put them in the garage here, or we'd put them in the, bring it upstairs here. So, because the thing was, I couldn't really keep going up and down the stairs. It just was not in my physical ability to do so. So, with that being said, imagine several hours of doing that, and it's raining outside at the time, and you're walking from the garage where all of the things are that you need to put into the car, and you're walking back out into the rain with whatever the items are that you need to put into the car. I can't even begin to tell you how many items probably got destroyed or ruined or water damaged as a result of all that rain. And it had to be done that day, and it had been raining pretty much all week off and on, so there was very little chance to actually escape the rain. Let me put it this way: I do not recommend moving during the winter, for one thing. For another thing, I do not recommend moving the week before fucking Christmas. That was a goddamn nightmare, and I do not look forward to ever doing anything like that again in my entire goddamn life. If there is any way to fucking avoid that, I will, because holy crap, that was frustrating. I hated it. I hated it. It was so bad. It was just the worst. But I can talk up and down about how bad it was, and it was bad. But I have to be completely 100% honest that I was actually a little proud of myself that I had accomplished so much, that I was able to get done 12 hours of hard, determined work. And we were able to get all this crap that needed to be done, get it all done in by the end of the day, even though both my mom and myself at several points were just like ready to give up. I had to catch like my fifth and sixth wind to make this all happen. It was just ridiculous. We wanted to quit at 11. We wanted to quit at 12. We wanted to quit at 1. I was like, no, we can't quit. We can't quit. First of all, we had to be out of there by the next day, because that was the day that the sale closed on the house. Second of all, we had to, even if we could have magically had an opportunity to get whatever was left over in the garage at some later point during the next day, which wouldn't have worked, just would not have worked. It was just like we were so close. We were so close to just being done with all of it that I was just like, no, we gotta push. We gotta get this all done now, because, like, it was just, I wanted it to be over with and done, right? When you get that close to something that monumental, it's just like, no, we have to do this now. We have to get it done. I didn't care how long it took. I didn't care how late we stayed up to get it done. It just had to freaking happen. Mm. And I did, despite all of that, despite all the hard work I did go to see Star Wars The Force Awakens on Friday. And I will tell you about that if I haven't already, in a review, an upcoming review that I'm going to do for Star Wars The Force Awakens. And yes, it's not going to be filled with spoilers. There will not be any spoilers. I might at some point in the future do a spoiler alert review of it, but no, I'm not going to do a spoiler-ridden review of Star Wars The Force Awakens. And if you're thinking of spoiling it in the comments, just ban yourself for me, because I'm too tired to do it right now. God. So yeah, there's still some stuff we need to bring up. I don't have my Blu-rays up here yet. I don't have a lot of my stuff, like my PS4, my PS3, my, well, a bunch of stuff essentially. And because I don't have those with me, there are certain things that I can't do that maybe I want to do right now. Uh, I definitely want to get my movies up here during the next week, at least so that I can watch some of my Christmas movies before Christmas. I mean, what's the point in buying all these Christmas movies over the past few years, and then the one time you finally got almost all the Christmas movies you want on Blu-ray, you can't watch them during Christmas time because you moved at Christmas. Ah! That would just be the worst, most bitter irony ever. So yeah, um, there is some silver linings here though. First of all, I actually like cause that I have more room here. Second, I kind of like the layout of this place better. Third, it's closer to, well, to the bus stop for one. For another, it's closer to like shops and stuff like that. So if I wanted to walk over and get like a soda or something, or if I want, there's even like a little pet shop over there. If I wanted to walk over and look at getting something for Jasmine, no problemo. Oh, Jasmine ran out of food. Let me go to the pet store. Let me go to the grocery store over there. They have a Supercuts. I need to get a haircut. Well, of course I do. Supercuts. They have a little. What do they call it? It's like a ramen shop. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a ramen shop. Definitely want to check that place out. So they've got some interesting little places. It's a new build too, so they got like newer stores there. So yeah, I'm definitely digging the new digs. You know, even if it was hard to get it all done, I'm glad that it's all done. Even though like it's like a Thursday is when all that happened. It's now the end of Saturday night, and my legs are still killing me. Oh my goodness. It's just, it's not going to be easy, but hopefully by the time Christmas rolls around and I go to see my family for Christmas, by the time that rolls around, I will have healed up enough that I won't be any more pain. That would be nice. So, what else? Was there something else I needed to mention? Oh yes, I'm sorry that I didn't put a video up on Thursday, or not Thursday, but Friday. Normally I do a gaming video on Friday, but of course because I was moving, I just didn't have the opportunity. And that makes the first video that I've missed this year, because I gave myself a goal earlier this year of doing one video every day of the week, Monday through Friday. So 5 days a week, one video on each of those 5 days. If I if I cheat, I can say, well, there were a couple of videos that I did that were like live streams and stuff like that, and those technically counted as videos because they recorded and went up as videos on YouTube. So if you actually look at the amount of videos that I've done per week during 2015, the amount per week is still sitting right now at 5.26 per week. So it's still over the 5 video per week mark, technically. So, don't give me any flack. I know nobody's going to give me any flack about that, but except maybe my friends who will just troll the fuck out of me. But yeah, I mean, I've been on it, man. I missed one little day. Whatever, it's not a big deal. And yeah, sadly, I'm not going to be able to do any Netflix picks this week. I still don't have the boxes up. That's one of the things I need to get up from my boxes is the Yeti. I still don't have that one up here yet. So I can't do any proper recordings for things like Netflix picks. Which means that I can't do the Christmas Netflix picks series that I wanted to do, but whatever, you know. the way it's going to be. If you want some recommendations, Christmas movie wise, from me on Netflix, I recommend White Christmas. It's a classic. It's always been a classic. It will always be a classic. I also recommend A Very Merry Christmas. It's a new seasonal special by Bill Murray, and he brings on a lot of, you know, comedians and, you know, other famous and notable names, and even Miley Cyrus. So it was it was definitely entertaining. I will put it that way. It was hilarious at points too. It's a must watch. And then finally, I guess my last recommendation would be The Ref, which a lot of people forget about because it's, you know, it didn't do too well in the 90s, and a lot of people forget it was even a Christmas oriented movie. But yes, The Ref, starring Dennis Leary, who is goddamn hilarious. He tries to take over the home of a really unhappy couple and ends up essentially being their freaking therapist. Like, he doesn't want to be, but because he has no other choice, he just, in order to get them to shut up and stop being so annoying, he kind of acts as their therapist in a lot of ways. And honestly, like, I watched it again recently with some friends thanks to Netflix, and it's hilarious. There were several moments that we were laughing and laughing and laughing, and like, I don't know why this hasn't been accepted as one of the great Christmas movies. If you like stuff like Bad Santa, you will fucking love The Ref. It's so good, and it's just spelled THEREF. The Ref, as in referee. So yeah, those are my Christmas movie suggestions on Netflix for this year. They're not Netflix picks videos, but they'll do. All right. That's it from me to you for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.